Hello again, CodeGrid community. Today's tutorial will guide you through creating a snazzy mouse move trail effect, all with pure JavaScript. This amazing animation was inspired by the one on the Traffic Productions website. You'll find the link in the description below if you're curious to explore. Now, without further ado, let's get down to replicating this intriguing effect. Our markup requirements are minimal for this task. First off, let's introduce a container. Following that, we'll insert a div with a class name of cursor and assign it an ID of main. That's all for the markup. Now, let's also apply some styles to the overall page and naturally to the circles that we'll dynamically add using JavaScript. As per our usual practice, let's begin by selecting all the elements, eliminating margins and padding, and setting box sizing to border box. For the body, we'll define its width as 100% and height as 100 VH to ensure it spans the entire viewport. We'll set overflow to hidden to avoid unnecessary scrolling. Finally, let's apply a background color and choose a font that suits our design. We will apply some generic styles to define the circles. They will have an absolute position, a fixed width and height of 200 pixels, a white background color, and a thick 4 pixels border. To achieve the circular shape, we will use a border radius of 100%. Let's enhance the main cursor by setting its background color to black and the text color to white. We'll adjust the font size and define a line height to improve the text's appearance. To center the text inside the circle, we'll use Flexbox with Justify Content and align items set to center. Additionally, we'll align the text centrally using Text Align Center. To ensure the main cursor always stays on top of other elements, we'll add a high z-index value. Let's start by defining some variables we will need. The cursor position object stores the x and y coordinates of the cursor. Is cursor moving as a Boolean flag to indicate whether the cursor is in motion. We'll set up a cursor move timeout and an array circles to hold the circles created. Lastly, we will define circle removal interval to manage removing circles using set timeout. Now, we grab the cursor element from the document using the getElementYID. Next, we add a mouse move event listener to the entire document. Inside the event listener, we update the cursor position object with the current x and y coordinates of the mouse. We then adjust the position of the cursor element using height and width offsets so that it remains centered on the mouse pointer. We set the isCursorMoving to true, indicating that the cursor is in motion. Additionally, we use clear timeout to clear any previous cursor move timeout. To manage cursor inactivity, we set up a cursor move timeout that triggers after a short delay. If the cursor is not moving during this period, we proceed to the next step. Once the cursor has been inactive for the specified time, we set isCursorMoving to false. Then, we create a nested set timeout function, which waits for another second before removing the circles drawn on the screen. Inside this nested set timeout, we use clear interval to clear any existing circle removal interval. We then create a new circle removal interval using setInterval, which repeatedly checks every 25 milliseconds if there are circles in the circles array. If there are, we start by removing the first circle from the array till the end one. If the array is empty, we stop the interval as we have removed all the circle. Finally, we have another set interval that runs every 10 milliseconds. This interval checks if the isCursorMoving variable is true. If it is, that means the cursor is in motion. In this case, we create a new div element called circle and add the class circle to it. The newly created circle is appended to the body element of the HTML document. We then position the circle based on the cursor's coordinates, ensuring it remains centered with respect to the cursor. Finally, we add the circle to the circles array, allowing us to keep track of all the circles on the screen while the cursor is in motion. And that's how this captivating cursor effect is achieved using JavaScript and HTML.